Day 11 of my challenge. The channel's growing. Thank you so much, guys. I think we're currently at 50 subscribers. So maybe if you're watching this, it's more. But thank you so much. It really keeps me motivated. So if you're watching this and would like to support me, the only thing you have to do is subscribe. It's free. It shows me that there's people that have interest in the content I'm producing. Okay, so recap of yesterday. Yesterday we made a start with the admin dashboard, with the user authentication, and we already created the homepage and the About Us page. Today I want to start working on creating some UI components, and so the buttons, form input, cards, etc. And I want to make a start with category pages. So maybe we just start with stays first. I'll also ask Cursor what's the best way to approach this, or maybe in Cloud. And then basically I first want to map out this structure. So we will have a hero section, we would have the filter sidebar, then we have the listings, and then I also want some popular areas or something like that. So yeah, let's dive into the episode. I'm excited to get this started. I will set up the development server and then we can start. Maybe if you're new here, let me give a quick summary. So basically we're building a travel directory specifically for Bali. So me and my partner, we travel Bali. She gets invited many times to different stays, and I was like, oh, let me just build a website for her so we can register our experiences and share this with people, because we got many requests from friends and family looking for advice for Bali. So what we currently have is the homepage, then the About Us page. We still need to refine this, and then we have the admin dashboard. So I'm not 100% a big fan of this yet, but we have the listings, categories, locations, users, and settings. For the listings, it's not connected to the database yet. So, all right, let's get into the episode and let's start building some new cool stuff. Also, by the way, me and my partner, we thought maybe the Bali Handbook is a nice name. So I purchased the domain already. We set up TikTok and Instagram. We're not 100% sure yet about the name, but if you guys like it, I'll just push it through. Maybe today in Cursor, I will just ask it to already adapt the name, and then we can just take it from there. Let's just start with it directly. So if you want to open the chat again, you go to Command L. We start a new chat. Make sure it's in agent mode and remove this file. And then again, we're going to use Super Whisper. Okay, I would like to change the name to the Bali Handbook. The domain will be balihandbook.com. So if you can first help me with this, and then we start building out the rest of the project. So maybe just nice that we have some progress on the website that we can see, okay, here, Bali Handbook. We would still obviously need a logo and stuff. Maybe it's fun if I just ask someone on Upwork to do this. I have friends who design, but maybe if you guys don't have any friends that do design, maybe it's good for you to understand on how platforms like Upwork. I'm not a big fan of Fiverr. Like I never had good quality from Fiverr. But yeah, maybe that's good for you guys to see as well. So now what it's doing, it's just updating the files where we have the information stored. So probably it's stored in the metadata. So if you have the tab in your browser, it will say the name. Then we have it in the hero section, we have it in the menu, we have it in the footer. So I assume that now it's just changing it all up there. We can check. Because now it's still Bali directory, but probably on refresh, it should be named Bali Handbook. Okay, so this is done. You can see here Bali Handbook, Bali Travel Handbook, or Bali Handbook. We're going to change all the copy of the website, but then it's actually funny because like if we look at the changes that it did, it also changed all the, check, here the technical sheet that we created, the brand guidelines. So everything is now related to Bali Handbook, which is nice. So now what I want to do, I'm going to open a new chat, make sure it's on agent, and project execution plan is tagged already. So if it isn't, press @ and then plan, project execution plan, and then you just select it so that Cursor knows which file to handle. Then again, we're going to use Super Whisper. Okay, please analyze the project execution plan and tell me the next steps. I actually want to work today on the UI components. I think we already have buttons, form inputs, cards, navigation elements. So please analyze that first if we already have it. Then I kind of want to start with building the page for the stays. So the category page for the stays. I just first want to know, is it smart to first build the frame for this page, or should we first map out the database and the admin dashboard? I just want to know what's the best way to approach this, and then we can just take it from there. I'm going to use the thinking mode for this, because basically I don't know if it's common approach. We can just, in case, also ask Claude. So currently I set up my whole project. We have the UI components, we have the basic admin dashboard. Now I want to start building out the stays category page, the archive page. Is it smart to first make the page with placeholder content and then build the admin dashboard and then link it to each other? Or what's usually the most common approach to start building out those pages? Let's see if Claude comes back with a different approach. Usually when I used to do WordPress development with Elementor, I would just map everything out first and then build the state category with the UI component and static data, implement the complete UI, including filters, cards, and pagination, replace placeholder content incrementally, build the filter sidebar without expected price amenities, implement results grid with pagination, add sorting functionality, include location, sections, element. Okay, so here, as mentioned, various documents, however, they don't seem to fully set up in your current working. The project plan indicates core UI buttons are not marked as completed. Okay, then build a page frame. Since database schema is already set up as marked complete in the plan, you have the structure needed. Creating UI first will give you some visual to work with and test. Connect the database later. So we have the components, copy path. So we have the components folder already. Can you please access it and tell me if we have all the UI components needed? If so, please mark them as done in the project sheet, and then let's start working the stays archive page. And then here I'm gonna add the folder components. I just want to make sure that we have all the right components. Okay, now let's start building out. Once this is done, I'll get back to you guys, because I think this coding part is not that interesting for you guys. Maybe, again, so I want a hero section with a search bar, maybe. Let's see Airbnb. So if we have category, amazing views. I think they also have like, yeah, maybe something like this. So check-in date, no. Then they have here, and probably on the bottom they have some content. No, they actually don't. And then they have the breadcrumbs on the bottom. So maybe we do that as well. Then popular amenities. What happens if we click on this? So now probably it shows homes in Marbella with this specific amenity. Okay. So yeah, I think we just have a hero, no search bar. Then here, the different categories. And then it will go to, for example, stays, dash, hotel. And then sidebar with filters and then the listings. And then maybe on the bottom we can add some content for SEO. Okay, I'm gonna let this run and be right back with you guys. Okay, so it's done and it automatically updated the project execution plan. So basically what it's saying, it made all the components. It made the card stay reusable component, filter stays, basic page structure with hero section, implemented filter sidebar with location, price, and property type filters, added listing grid with mock data, implemented basic pagination UI. Okay, the next steps, fix the current linter errors, enhance, implement client-side filtering functionality, add sorting functionality, implement pagination logic, and then delete the page and connect to the database. Okay, so let's just first see what it came back with and if it's actually working. So this, see, that's already not working. So what I'm gonna do when I navigate, so maybe it didn't add it to the, so we have marketing, there's no page for it, right? So it made all the components, but I don't think it actually made a page. Oh, again, it did it out of the, I think I need to prompt it properly, or maybe I just need to move all the files out of this directory and put it directly in the main folder. Because this is the second time we have this issue. So basically what it's doing, it's creating all the folders in the main folder. So Bali Travel Directory 2025. And then it keeps creating a new folder. Settings. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna quickly resolve this off video. And then once this is done, I will just explain you. I'm just gonna prompt it so it will move all the files. But I don't think it's actually valuable for you guys to see this. Like it's probably gonna take quite some time. So basically I'm just gonna prompt it, or I'm gonna move the folders myself to the right folders in the right directory, and then once this is done, I get back to you. So it came back with this. It updated the page, it updated stays client component, the card stay component, and the filter stays component. So this is the current page. I want the hero different. I think the cards are kind of fine. Then this filter button I want to be black. So let's just ask them to revise this. But I think other than that, it's really not a bad start. I also want to add the cards with the main categories. So I think we mapped out that we have hotels, resorts, villas, and glamping. So maybe we should also just add it here and remove the rest. So I'm gonna open cursor. Okay, I want the hero to be more like the homepage. So make it a white background, black title, and give it more padding. Then for the filter button, please make it black because now the contrast is kind of off. And I would like to add cards or some secondary navigation to the main stays categories, which are hotels, resorts, villas, and glamping. Also for the property type, remove hostel and guest house because we don't really review those. And also for the stays, please add a placeholder image, same as in the homepage cards. Thank you. Basically, I just want some placeholder images so that we have a better view on how it actually will look like. And then also all those locations and price range. I think for price range, we're gonna add a slider, but we need to add this to the database first. Same with property types, it's now clickable. I also want this maybe to be purple or any other color of the brand. But all those will also be pulled from the database. So we're gonna add this to the database and then we link those filters to the actual database. Yeah, so this is not bad. So browse by category, and then this would go to the hotels page, resorts, villas, and glamping. Just, I don't know what it did to the hero. Maybe it's still adapting. Let's look on mobile. Sorry, not page source. Mobile. Yeah, so we need to optimize it for mobile. I don't know how, if you go to Airbnb, so they have, yeah, so I think for the listings itself, it's fine. Just for the navigation, probably this needs to be horizontal something. Well, you can just do it right now, so we have it right from the beginning. Yeah, so something's off with the hero. I'm gonna accept this. But maybe we want to add an image here, or maybe make this centered. Maybe add some more margin to the hero, or give it a slight gradient background. And then also maybe show an image on the side, because now it's a little bit too small. Or maybe give the, no, let's try that first. And so the current filter button disappeared. So I cannot press filter, I can only press reset all. So instead of changing the button color, you kind of remove the button. So please add that button back. And then also for the browse by category, for the mobile, maybe instead of cards on mobile, it should just be text next to each other. So it's easier to navigate, like horizontal aligned. And also the filters on mobile, we need to actually adjust. Okay, so now to come back with this. I think we need to add some border to the menu to differentiate and maybe add some gradient, but maybe we do that in the next episode when we, not the next episode, but when we do the complete styling of the website. So basically we have the title. We can actually check if you use the href extension. So we have the stays in Bali, browse by category. I don't need those to be H3s. For SEO, it's not necessary. Filters doesn't need to have a heading tag. Also the footer. So also later we'll do the complete SEO strategy. Here now the active page disappeared and also the button is not back yet. I'm gonna prompt this again, but also let's check mobile. So mobile now, this is horizontal scroll. So that's better. Filters is hidden. And then here we have the listings. Okay, so that's way better actually. I'm very happy with this so far. I'm gonna ask it to add a gradient here and add this button back and also the active button for the navigation. Once that's done, maybe we should get into the single page. Yeah, and maybe then that will be it for today. So let's finish this stays cluster, at least the UI. And then in the next episode, we're gonna connect it to the database and make the admin dashboard for the stays so we can manage this already. And then we just do it per category. So we start with stays, then dining, and then we move forward. Okay, cool. So it made the changes I requested. So basically now the filter button is back. We have active state for pagination, and it added a light gradient to the background. I think we can be a little bit more aggressive with that. Also, I think what's it called, button? No, I forgot the name of this element, but I think we should have a more bright color for this, same as in the cards, like it's not that clear to see. So basically I'm okay with this so far. So I'm gonna say, okay, this looks all good. Please add all those changes to the project execution plan. So check mark whatever is done. Then the next step would be to create the single pages. Can you make a draft for this? I want a similar hero section. Then we need, okay, wait. So let me quickly check. We made a sheet, information for the website, page structure document, home category, subcategory, location, listing name. Listing name, subtitle. I'm just gonna copy. Or maybe I'm just gonna refer to this document. Please refer to what's the name? Page structure document to see how to structure the single stay page. Because we mapped it out already, right? Just there's a difference with hotels and restaurants different. So let's just see what it comes back with. So if we have a look again at Airbnb, like Airbnb spent a lot of money in researching the best UI, right? So they have the images here. I want to put the images a little bit later. How I would see it is we have the page, then we have the hero section, the hero with, here we'll just do the, can I draw here? Here's just the title. Then here we have a image of this thing. Then we have our review. I cannot write, guys, sorry. Then we have pictures. Then we have info. And then maybe here another review section from third party. Like if you are staying there, you can review it as well. I'm just gonna let cursor make a draft and then we can start tweaking the page. Okay, so this is the output. Again, I think I want to make the book now button black. I like it that you can save it. Location should be clickable, but since we don't have location pages yet, we're not going to use this. I like this. So starting from airport transfer, we're going to find icons for this. Property type, rooms and suites. I think we should make it clickable and then add some more pictures if we have it. I think I want our experience on top. So I'm going to remove this. Property amenities, location. Yeah, so we can do this and then similar stays. I also want to add that nearby. So it kind of is here, but also not really. So maybe it's also nice to have a sidebar with some information, contact details. We need book now buttons. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna open this side by side. Okay, I would like to add the same gradient to the hero section as on the stays archive page. Then I want to move our experience to the top because the whole website is kind of about how we experience stuff. For the rooms and suites, I kind of want to make it clickable. So if people click that they can see more images. I think there's a few details, but I think it should just be like a pop-up or something. Then the property amenities, I think is fine. We can tweak this later. The location, also fine. I think it would be nice to add nearby attractions. And also maybe there's some information that we can actually store in a sidebar. Also, what we're currently missing is a CTA to book the villa so that we can add our affiliate link. So please make concise changes to the page. The initial is good. Also for the, see again, I forgot the name. Like we have our personal review badge. Badge doesn't have a proper background. And maybe the pro tip also give it like a color background so it pops out more. And then, yeah, just make some small tweaks based on my feedback. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned to make the button black, but we can adjust this later. Okay, so it now came back with this. I think it's a good base. Still, we need to make quite some changes. There's no breadcrumbs. I think this is not nicely aligned. I think I have to do some more research. So this now actually pop up, so that's nice, but we need to add the right content there. Amenities, I think we need to showcase this in a different way. Let's see, Airbnb. Yeah, maybe what I'm just gonna do, copy this, maybe some highlights. I think we have highlights, just not nicely styled. It's not there anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, make the amenities more like Airbnb, see example, and also add the key highlights. I think for the key highlights, we still need to add that to the database. It's not there yet. And maybe I like that this personal review is in this border. The only issue I have with this is that it adds padding here. So now this is not aligned with this, and my OCD is not a big fan of that. So I'm gonna think maybe for the map it's fine, because then there will be showing a map here. We need to figure out how to show the map actually, because I think Google Maps has an integration, but it's not cheap, if I'm not mistaken. And so we need to figure out what's the best way to do this. This better. So we can just predefine the amenities. Okay, even made the dialogue. Okay, I'm quite happy with this. Just gonna add the breadcrumbs. And then I think we just keep this as a base. So in today's episode, we created the stays overview page. So now we can navigate from the stays to the single stay page. And yeah, probably we're gonna add stuff. Like right now, I think this is fine, but probably in the process, we're like, oh, hey, maybe it's nice to add this, and then we can tweak this. So I'm gonna ask it to update our project execution plan. And actually, I saw there's next SEO schema or something. I'm gonna do some research in what is the best way to add breadcrumbs to your page. And then from there, we can maybe do it in the next episode. So right now, again, we have our homepage, the Bali Handbook. We have our stays page where we can navigate through the different stays. We still need to do the category pages, but this will be linked to the database. We have our single page. Actually remove the sidebar for some reason. I'll add this back off video. And then we have our about page. Yeah, and that's it. If you made it so far in the episode, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want me to keep producing this kind of content. If you have any questions, please let me know in a comment. And then, yeah, see you guys in tomorrow's episode.